Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and thought, well, I'm not the young man I used to be, but then someone compliments you, and it takes you by surprise? Maybe it's a stranger who holds the door open for you a little longer than necessary, or a friend who says, "You've still got it," with a wink. It's easy to brush those moments off, but what if I told you that there's a good chance you're still turning heads, even if you don't see it yourself? That's right, today, we're talking about the 10 signs you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't think so. And we're also diving into the fascinating world of age gap relationships, because let's face it, they're more common than ever, and there's a reason why. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Good-looking? At my age? Come on. But here's the thing, attraction isn't just about youth or flawless skin. It's about presence, confidence, and that certain something that makes people want to be around you. And guess what? You've got it. You might not see it because you're too close to the picture, but trust me, others do. So, let's explore this together. By the end of this video, you'll not only see yourself in a new light, but you'll also understand why age is just a number when it comes to charm and appeal. Let's start with the first sign. People often compliment your smile. Now, I'm not just talking about the occasional nice smile from a cashier at the grocery store. I'm talking about genuine, heartfelt compliments that make you pause. Maybe it's the way your eyes crinkle when you laugh, or the warmth that radiates from your grin. A smile is one of the most powerful tools of attraction, and if people are noticing yours, it's because it's still lighting up the room. Think about it. When was the last time someone told you how great your smile is? If it's happened recently, that's your first clue that you've still got it. But here's the thing, a smile isn't just about the way it looks. It's about the energy behind it. A genuine smile communicates kindness, confidence, and approachability. And those are qualities that never go out of style. So, if you've been blessed with a smile that people notice, don't downplay it. Own it. Flash it often. Because whether you realize it or not, it's one of the things that makes you stand out. Now, let's move on to the second sign. You notice younger people seeking your advice or company. This one might surprise you, but it's a big one. Have you ever been at a family gathering or a social event, and a younger person, maybe someone in their 20s or 30s, starts up a conversation with you? They might ask for your opinion on something, or they might just seem genuinely interested in what you have to say. That's not a coincidence. Younger people are drawn to older men who exude wisdom, stability, and a sense of calm. They see you as someone who's been through the ups and downs of life and come out the other side with valuable insights. And let's be honest, that's incredibly attractive. Think about it this way. In a world that's constantly changing, where everything feels fast-paced and uncertain, you represent something solid and reliable. You've got stories to tell, lessons to share, and a perspective that younger people crave. And that's why they gravitate toward you. It's not just about your looks, it's about the whole package. So, the next time a younger person strikes up a conversation with you, don't brush it off. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that you've got something special. And that brings us to the third sign. You've got a timeless sense of style. Now, I'm not saying you need to be dressed to the nines every day, but if you've got a knack for putting together an outfit that looks effortlessly put together, that's a big deal. Maybe it's a well-fitted blazer, a crisp pair of jeans, or even just a classic watch that adds a touch of sophistication. Whatever it is, people notice. And here's the thing, style isn't about following the latest trends. It's about knowing what works for you and owning it. Think about some of the most iconic older men in the world, guys like George Clooney or Morgan Freeman. They're not trying to look like they're 25. They're embracing their age and dressing in a way that complements who they are. And that's what makes them so appealing. So, if you've got a wardrobe that reflects your personality and makes you feel confident, that's a sign that you're doing something right. And trust me, people notice. Now, before we move on, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. We've talked about how a great smile, the ability to connect with younger people, and a timeless sense of style are all signs that you're still turning heads, even if you don't realize it. And the best part? These are things that only get better with age. So, if you've been doubting your appeal, it's time to stop. Because the truth is, you've got more going for you than you think. And with that, let's keep the conversation going. There's so much more to explore, and I can't wait to share the next few signs with you. Because the more we talk about this, the more you'll see just how much you have to offer, not just to others, but to yourself. So, stay with me, And let's keep uncovering the signs that you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't think so. You know, it's funny. Sometimes we're so used to seeing ourselves every day that we forget to notice the little things that make us unique. But those little things, they're often the very things that other people find most attractive about us. So, let's dive into the next sign, because this one is a biggie. The fourth sign that you're a good-looking older man is this: you carry yourself with confidence. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Confidence? At my age? But hear me out. Confidence isn't about being loud or flashy. It's not about trying to prove anything to anyone. True confidence is quiet. It's the way you walk into a room without needing to be the center of attention. It's the way you listen more than you speak, but when you do speak, people lean in to hear what you have to say. It's the way you handle challenges with grace and don't let the small stuff rattle you. That kind of confidence, it's magnetic. Think about it. When you're around someone who's truly confident, how does it make you feel? Comfortable, right? At ease. Maybe even inspired. That's the kind of energy you're putting out into the world, whether you realize it or not. And here's the thing, confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build over time, through experience and self-awareness. So, if you've got it, it's because you've earned it. And that's something to be proud of. Now, let's talk about the fifth sign. You've got a great sense of humor. Laughter is one of the most universal connectors there is. It breaks down barriers, eases tension, and brings people together. And if you've got a knack for making people laugh, whether it's with a clever joke, a witty observation, or just your ability to laugh at yourself, that's a huge part of your appeal. Humor is attractive at any age, but as we get older, it becomes even more valuable. Why? Because it shows that you don't take life too seriously. It shows that you've learned to find joy in the little things, even when life gets tough. Think about the last time you made someone laugh. How did it feel? Probably pretty good, right? That's because humor isn't just about entertaining others. It's about connecting with them. And when you can make someone laugh, you're creating a moment of shared joy. That's powerful stuff. So, if people often tell you how funny you are, or if you find yourself being the life of the party, even in a low-key way, that's a sign that your sense of humor is one of your most attractive qualities. And now, let's move on to the sixth sign. You take care of yourself. This one might seem obvious, but it's worth talking about because it's so important. Taking care of yourself isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good. And when you feel good, it shows. Maybe you're someone who stays active, whether it's through walking, swimming, or even just puttering around in the garden. Maybe you pay attention to what you eat, not because you're trying to fit into some unrealistic standard, but because you know that fueling your body with good food makes you feel better. Or maybe you've got a skincare routine that keeps your skin looking healthy and vibrant. Whatever it is, the effort you put into taking care of yourself doesn't go unnoticed. People see it. They see the way you move, the way your eyes sparkle, the way you carry yourself. And it's not about being perfect, it's about showing up for yourself. Because when you do that, it sends a message to the world that you value yourself. And that's incredibly attractive. Now, before we go any further, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. We've talked about how confidence, a great sense of humor, and taking care of yourself are all signs that you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't always see it. And here's the thing, these qualities aren't just about how others see you, they're about how you see yourself. Because when you recognize your own worth, it changes everything. It changes the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you interact with the world. And that, my friend, is where true attractiveness comes from. So, as we move forward, I want you to keep that in mind. Because the more we explore these signs, the more you'll start to see just how much you have to offer. And trust me, there's still so much more to uncover. So, stay with me, and let's keep going. Because the best is yet to come. You know, one of the most beautiful things about getting older is that we start to see life through a different lens. We've been through the ups and downs, the twists and turns, and all of that experience shapes us into the people we are today. And guess what? That depth, that richness of character, is one of the most attractive things about you. So, let's dive into the next sign, because this one is all about the power of presence. The seventh sign that you're a good-looking older man is this: you have a strong presence. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the way you fill a room without even trying. It's not about being the loudest or the most talkative, it's about the energy you bring. When you walk into a space, people notice. Maybe it's the way you carry yourself, or the way you make eye contact and really listen when someone speaks. Maybe it's the calm, steady vibe you give off that makes people feel at ease. Whatever it is, it's powerful. Think about the last time you were in a social setting. Did people seem to gravitate toward you? Did they seek you out for conversation or just to be near you? If so, that's your presence at work. And here's the thing, presence isn't something you can fake. It's something that comes from within. It's the result of all the experiences you've had, all the lessons you've learned, and all the wisdom you've gained over the years. So, if you've got it, it's because you've earned it. And that's something to be proud of. Now, let's talk about the 8th sign. You're a great listener. This one might not seem like it's about looks, but trust me, it is. Being a good listener is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. Why? Because it shows that you care. It shows that you're interested in what others have to say, and that you value their thoughts and feelings. And in a world where everyone seems to be in a rush to talk, being someone who truly listens is rare and incredibly appealing. Think about the last time you had a conversation with someone who really listened to you. How did it make you feel? Valued, right? Understood. That's the kind of impact you have when you listen. And here's the thing, listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about being present. It's about giving someone your full attention and making them feel like they matter. And when you do that, it creates a connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. So, if people often tell you what a great listener you are, or if you find that people open up to you easily, that's a sign that your ability to listen is one of your most attractive qualities. And now, let's move on to the 9th sign. You've got a twinkle in your eye. This one might sound a little whimsical, but stay with me. That twinkle? It's not just about the way your eyes look, it's about the energy behind them. It's the spark of curiosity, the glimmer of mischief, the light of joy that shines through when you're engaged in something you love or when you're connecting with someone. That twinkle is a sign of life, of vitality, and it's incredibly attractive. Think about the last time you were truly engaged in a conversation or an activity. Did your eyes light up? Did you feel that spark of excitement or joy? That's the twinkle I'm talking about. And here's the thing, it's not something you can force. It comes from being present, from being fully in the moment. So, if people often comment on the way your eyes light up, or if you notice that people seem drawn to your energy, that's your twinkle at work. And it's one of the things that makes you uniquely you. Now, before we move on to the final sign, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. We've talked about how a strong presence, being a great listener, and having that twinkle in your eye are all signs that you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't always see it. And here's the thing, these qualities aren't just about how others see you, they're about how you see yourself. Because when you recognize your own worth, it changes everything. It changes the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you interact with the world. And that, my friend, is where true attractiveness comes from. So, as we move forward, I want you to keep that in mind. Because the more we explore these signs, the more you'll start to see just how much you have to offer. And trust me, there's still so much more to uncover. So, stay with me, and let's keep going. Because the best is yet to come. Let's dive into the final sign, because this one ties everything together in such a beautiful way. It's the culmination of all the qualities we've talked about so far, and it's the secret sauce that makes you truly irresistible. Are you ready? Here it is. You embrace who you are, unapologetically. That's right. The 10th sign that you're a good-looking older man is your ability to own your age, your experiences, and your uniqueness without hesitation. And let me tell you, there's nothing more attractive than that. Think about it for a moment. When you meet someone who's completely comfortable in their own skin, who doesn't try to be someone they're not, how does it make you feel? Inspired, right? Maybe even a little envious. Because that kind of self-assurance is rare. It's the kind of energy that draws people in, that makes them want to be around you. And here's the thing, embracing who you are isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about owning your flaws, your quirks, and your strengths, and letting them all shine through. Maybe you've got a few more wrinkles than you did 20 years ago. Maybe your hair is a little grayer, or your steps are a little slower. But guess what? Those things aren't flaws, they're badges of honor. They're proof that you've lived, that you've loved, that you've learned. And when you embrace them, when you wear them with pride, it changes the way people see you. It changes the way you see yourself. Because confidence isn't about looking a certain way, it's about feeling a certain way. And when you feel good in your own skin, it shows. Now, let's take a moment to tie all of this together. We've talked about 10 signs that you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't always see it. From your smile to your confidence, from your sense of humor to your ability to listen, each of these qualities adds up to something truly special. And here's the thing, these aren't just signs of attractiveness, they're signs of a life well lived. They're proof that you've grown, that you've evolved, and that you've become the best version of yourself. So, what does all of this mean for you? It means that it's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to stop comparing yourself to the younger version of you or to anyone else. Because the truth is, you've got something that no one else has, you. And that's more than enough. In fact, it's everything. Now, I want to leave you with this thought. Attractiveness isn't just about how you look, it's about how you make people feel. And when you walk into a room with confidence, when you share your smile, your humor, and your wisdom, you're not just turning heads, you're touching hearts. And that, my friend, is the real secret to being a good-looking older man. So, the next time you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, I want you to pause. I want you to really see yourself, not just the wrinkles or the gray hair, but the person behind them. The person who's lived, who's loved, who's learned. The person who's still growing, still evolving, still shining. Because that person is beautiful. And it's time you started seeing it. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope it's helped you see yourself in a new light, and I hope it's reminded you of just how much you have to offer. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Here's to living your best life, at any age. Because the best is yet to come.